Hey, this is Russell back again with today's episode of Civilization 5. And yeah, for those of you who are just jumping in, this is a post commentary. And we're doing pretty good. Second in soldiers, first in everything else. Way ahead on the scoreboard. Of course, I think it looks like I scrolled down the scoreboard. So I can't see myself and my score at the top right now, but you guys will see it again soon probably. And yeah, I'm exploring the desert. And this episode, I believe, will be about the time that I start settling the northern coast of Egypt. We'll see. I might be saying that a bit prematurely, but um, yeah, it's around that time, and if I remember the game correctly, we'll see. The Assyrians are trading with us. We aren't trading back with them, but still are getting some benefit, I guess, from them trading with us. Um, We're all using all of our trade routes internally. I think I discussed that before. Basically, you get a lot more value overall without doing that. I'm going to, yeah, there you go. Queuing up settlers. Looks like I'm going for 3 cities. One there, where my mouse is pointing. Usually I'm just looking through, trying to decide where I want the cities. Um, and yeah, so there's quite a bit there. You know, you got cotton, pearls, and marble, and whales too, and aluminum. Unfortunately, I don't think I'm gonna get any more happiness out of it because I'm pretty sure I have all of those on my trade network already. Maybe not cotton, but all the other ones I definitely do. Have on my trade. Well, no, I already. Oh, do I have cotton already? I don't know if I have cotton already. We'll see. But yeah, all the other stuff I have on my trade network already. It's more so I want to get like the position to be able to start pushing into the Egyptians. They have a lot of cities, so taking them over is greatly going to expand us, and we have plenty of happiness to do so. There's nothing stopping us in that regard. That's a lot of land ripe for the taking. Much better to conquer the land rather than just settle land, I guess. You get more out of it. Cities already come with a little bit of pop. Already comes with a lot of the tiles improved and stuff like that. Um, some buildings sometimes are saved that aren't completely destroyed. So yeah, taking over the Egyptians is my next goal. While we're of course aiming for our ultimate goal of doing a science victory. Of course, that can change anytime. I don't want to say outright that I got a science victory or, even that I won the game, although it seems we're pretty much on the trajectory to winning the game at this point. And yeah, so we'll see what's going to happen. Looks like I forgot to cut out a moment of me sitting there. There we go. Should have done that in the editing, but oh well. And yeah. I didn't go through and do too much editing for this. Like I said, I just sped up the speed of the recording. So it would have been much worse if we weren't waiting on 1.25 speed. You'd just see me sitting there at regular speed, doing nothing. Artists, go ahead and create a great work for me. The card players. Nice. We got a mine. Got a dude running around. And should be building farms. Let's see what I do. Instead, I build a trade post. Okay. Actually, that's pretty decent. We're trying to get money. Okay. I can see why I went for trade post. That guy's offering us the gold for citrus. He doesn't want to offer us the full 7 amount. So we have to change him to pay us the full 7 amount. The Romans are fighting the Carthaginians. We saw them declare war last episode. And we have discovered the Zulu, the southernmost people on the map. Now, the Zulu are a very powerful faction because they get to start right next to Lake Victoria. As you'll see when the turn ends, I'm trying to click to them on the map. Oh, and instead I get distracted. But I am looking around. They are warring running around fighting. It takes them a while to expand to this area because they have to get through the Ethiopians first to get here. But yeah, they tend to be a very strong faction. They're kind of like the late game menace, simply because they start with Lake Victoria and they do really well because of it. Um, I've never played as the Zulus this game. I always thought it would be really fun to do so. Like, just go through and conquer everyone as the Zulus because you get to start with Lake Victoria and stuff like that, and you have a really nice starting position. Um, just be like the guy that just conquers everything. Do a world conquest with the Zulu. Um, so yeah, I've always thought that would be a fun play. Never done it yet though. And they do tend to be quite a menace to the people on the eastern half of the world in the late game. They won't really be a bother to us because we have built ourselves up to a point where we well equips them and pretty much everyone else in the world. But yeah, they tend to be a menace to the people in the area. The King of Solomon's Mine. Interestingly, no one settled that area, even though it's a very rich area. You think that would actually be one of the first places that would be settled by the Egyptians. But oh well. More so the Ethiopians, actually. And those guys are fighting the Germans in that city-state. I don't think the Germans declared war directly on that city-state. They're probably just at war with someone else who had that as a city-state ally. Could be wrong, though. And we're pretty much... We improved all the tiles on, like, Europe. We're made very good progress in Asia Minor, but we're still ways away from getting all those tiles improved and finished and all. And yeah, we have to wait till that crossbowman walks out of the way right now so that we can keep building that road from Jerusalem to the places that we want to build it to.
Would you be interested in a trade agreement?
Would you be interested in a trade agreement with England? And yeah. Got a settler. They're gonna settle stuff. Go to the places I was looking at before. And we see an Arabian city out there. Interestingly, it looks like the Arabians conquered Persepolis. What's that city out there? I can't see what that city is out there. I'm confused. Okay. Oh, no, wait. Never mind. My bad. That city's Mecca, Arabia, and then they settled the northern coast. Like, okay. I'm sorry. I'm so out of it. I was thinking that, like, I was exploring Arabia with that cataphract. It's just been a minute. It's been a minute, and also I'm pretty drowsy right now. Probably not the best time to be recording a post commentary, but I really enjoy rewatching this footage, and I really wanted to do this, and yeah. And also, I don't get a lot more time to do this during other times. So, we finally discovered the Ethiopians. They have not expanded much, unfortunately. They have a pretty good location, pretty defensible location too, usually. Like with mountains and stuff like that. Like, I'd like to see them do better in these games on this map, but I never really see them prosper. Partially because they do eventually get bulldozed by the Zulu, and partially because I don't think the AI plays them well. Like, you know, if they were being played well, they would really be able to defend all of that against the Zulu. But yeah. We got the zoo, opera house, all of those. And of course we can build Broadway and the Eiffel Tower now. And we're queuing that up first. Eiffel Tower is a butt ton of tourism. Like plus 12 or something like that. And we want to get our tourism up because, you know, once the other people start choosing ideologies and stuff like that, they're going to be very weak. if their loyalty to their ideology is going to be very weak. That's what I mean. Like they're going to get a ton of unhappiness, and then they're going to be thrown in a civil revolution to switch to freedom and stuff like that, really destabilizing them. So yeah, that's the goal. That's why it's good to invest in the tourism, even if you aren't going for a culture victory. That, and of course, a little bit of extra culture is nice for, getting your policies and stuff. So we got cannons we're queuing, because we're going to need cannons if we're going to be taking over the Egyptians. Also looking at just purchasing Great Engineer. I don't know what I'm going to be using him for. I guess I'm going to be using for... I'm buying too many of them for wonders. Maybe I'm just looking to spend my faith in general. We'll see what we use them for. I mean, the great merchants are obviously going to be money. And of course we're purchasing all of the different things to make things good in our capital. Got our cataphracts running around doing exploring. The Egyptians aren't really that big. We can take them over pretty quickly. I've seen the Egyptians do better in games. Maybe I'm just used to playing this map on something other than Prince, though. Maybe that's why. So it's interesting that we have to settle the coast for them, for us to be able to conquer them. And yeah, got our great merchant. Considering where to put him, it looks like I'm actually considering to just use him to improve a tile. Yeah, it looks like it. Okay, that makes sense. +5. Am I planning on doing that also, I guess, with great engineers? Is that what my plan was? Nope, that great engineer was just going to make the Eiffel Tower go faster. Yeah, it looks like I'm thinking about, okay, replacing that with a tile for production. Okay, yeah. I'm going to make the city very good. Am I planning on putting that on the bananas? I guess. Okay. That's pretty random. And, of course, a farm there. That can go on the hill. So that's like a ton of production. And we've settled, I guess we're calling it Adrianople right now. We'll rename all those cities later. After we probably conquer the Egyptians, we'll probably rename all the cities just to make them a bit more friendly to historical starting locations and stuff like that. Or friendly to like Roman naming, I guess. I think a lot of the names were... We'll see. I don't remember what names I ended up going for down here. But I did pull up a map. I remember I did pull up a map. Let's see. Got a Gatling gun down here. I drove them down there because, we got to protect those settlers. But also because we're going to start pushing into the territory eventually. It's only going to take a few turns to go that way, also a few turns to go that way. We do have the road, but it is still faster to go by sea, at least right now, because we don't have railroads yet. And we've settled our second city. We have to wait a second to settle the third city because we have to get our Gatling guns out there and make sure the area is secure. We did see a barbarian there just a little while ago that we killed. Looks like I'm planning on replacing the farm. That makes more sense. +5 for -2 food. There's plenty of food, so not a big deal. Interestingly, I'm not working that tile, which is a little annoying. Actually, I am working that tile. It's being worked by Thessalonica. Okay. Or Thessalonica. However, it's supposed to be pronounced. A zoo, stables, banks, castle, temple. Castles aren't too important right now, but they become super important if you get like the Neuschwanstein Wonder. And since I'm so ahead in technology, there's no way I'm not going to get the Neuschwanstein armor. By the way, I just realized that they just expanded their culture to those bananas, which is super annoying because I was kind of hoping to use those bananas to grow that city faster. So yeah, embassy. Are you just giving him an embassy, I guess? Okay, yeah, because we wanted to get open borders. No, they don't want to give us open borders, and I don't want to give them stuff for open borders, probably. Oh, I am trying to get open borders because I want to build the road. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. I want to be able to move stuff freely. And yeah, got a settler going. He is going to settle right next to that ivory, which is right next to a barbarian encampment. But we can go ahead and protect them with our Gatling gun. And we can build a harbor. And yeah, fun stuff. So we are bordering them now. The Egyptians, we have a couple tiles that, or we have one tile that shares a one tile border with them. And we'll be expanding our culture in other spots as well pretty soon here too. Pyramses and Elephantine are okay cities. I don't think you could have positioned them too much better. Because of course they're all kind of... you could have put Elephantine... Elephantine kind of sucks because it blocks out the Suez Canal. Other than that, it's okay. Like obviously you'd want to prioritize getting a Suez and also prioritize putting the city itself on a river. That would be nice just because... you know, having it on the river means you can also build like a water mill on the city. So one more west or one more east would have probably been better. Just one more west, even though it would block the Suez, you know, you'd still have like a water mill, or one more east because you wouldn't be blocking the Suez if you just moved a little little wider out. I know. We'll live with the city placement. I don't think we'll destroy the cities and rebuild the cities. It's too inefficient. Especially in the late game. Going through and purchasing these buildings into these cities so that we don't have to go through and build all of these buildings. And probably the best way to go about it at this point in the game. Trying to prioritize like the things that is going to grow, like the culture and the population of the city. So the granary, and I'm surprised I'm not getting the amphitheater. I did get the harbors so that I wouldn't have to worry about hooking them up via road network, because I won't be able to have like the direct line to them until I start conquering away at the Egyptians. Looks like I'm getting some workers as well. And yeah, there you go, amphitheater. That's what I was thinking. Yeah, you want to get the amphitheaters for that little tiny bit of extra culture boost. Come on. Opera house as well. There you go. I'm trying to spend all my money, it looks like. Awesome. So we're going to have some pretty good cities here. Surprised okay, no, that makes sense. I was about to say, I'm surprised I'm not getting defensive buildings, but I'm going to let it just build the defensive buildings, and also, you know, the defensive buildings aren't too much of a priority because I don't think the Egyptians will be pushing me back that much. You know, so I think we're pretty safe. City converted. That's not a good thing. That is a bad thing. We'll see what city was converted in a minute. It looks like Antioch was converted. So they probably popped a great profit. I'd be surprised if they're able to do it with missionaries. And yeah, starting to build those farms so that these cities can grow. Looks like I'm prioritizing the marble, which probably isn't the smartest thing to prioritize, but that's okay. And yeah, bombarding these barbarians. Missiles versus bows. Gatling guns versus long sticks with spears. Our cataphract is exploring down there. And what's so nice about all that land down there, like at least for the Ethiopians, it's very defensible. You know, lots of hills, lots of mountains. You know, if you really wanted to, like, you could hold indefinitely against the Ethiopians, assuming you like position all your cities right and settle like a large enough area so that you have like good production to build counter units. But you don't need a lot of units to fend off a Zulu AI because of how defensible the positions are there. It makes a little more sense why you'd struggle fending them off with someone like the Egyptian territories, because the only defensible obstacle you have for that are rivers, you know, being the Nile and everything. You don't really have like the benefit of like hills and mountains till you get like to the coast. Um, but yeah, you have like legit choke points with like the mountains and stuff. Where the or the Ethiopians are. And we're building buildings. Things are looking good. Got a lot of great people tiles. And we're making a little more money, but more importantly, a lot more production in the capital because of it. And yeah, things are coming up Millhouse, but in like a good way. We are building our road through the Egyptian territory, and we won't have to pay them gold forever, just because we will be declaring war on them in the not too distant future. We are accumulating cannons right now. After the cannons, we're going to need to get like some kind of infantry force to start pushing in. I think we're getting close to the ideological tenet of just like the 6 for units, and I'm not sure if we do that or we build our own units. You know, we have to get this one, and then we have to get the next ideological tenet afterwards, and I think it's only going to take us like 20 or so turns to get the next ideological tenet with how much culture we're getting. More like 25 turns. Between 20 to 25 turns. Not a lot of turns. And yeah. Red Fort is something we can build. May as well build it. You know, at this point, we can get every wonder. You know, just have one of our cities building it. It doesn't have to be the capital because we don't really need to rush them down. And yeah, we're pretty close to the Eiffel Tower being finished, I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly. We may see that pop in the next turn or two. Rifling is a thing now, so we can start building our own infantry. I'm not sure if we get the free 6 units or if we go for someone else. I mean, it makes sense going either way, because one would let us push faster into the Egyptians, while the other would just be better long term. We'll see though. Castles are being built. We do want to build castles everywhere, because again, we're getting close to the point where we're going to build something like Neuschwanstein and all of that. Cotton for gold, very good. 3 turns away for the Eiffel Tower, there it is. Berlin is under attack. Nice big 17 pop city. The Germans start in a pretty good location. It is a bit devoid of luxury resources, but the grassland is really nice. So you can get your city pops up pretty nicely. And you can also get like good production cities too by settling a little bit south of that. most of our cities on Asia Minor are either 10 pop or getting close to 10 pop now. A lot of our cities in like the Europe lands are getting closer to even like 20 pop. Constantinople is 23 pop. No, we're still ways away from 20 pop cities other than Constantinople. Actually, I take that back. But yeah, our population's getting pretty good in a lot of our cities. If we really wanted to focus on Constantinople, we could have like had all the trade ships go there and gotten like a 30 or even like a 40 pop city by this point in time. But there's no need to push that. You know, it's much better to, you know, spread out the pop and let it go across the empire. You do want a high pop capital because you do get like a small happiness bonus for like every like 10 pop, I think it was, in the capital with like tradition and stuff like that. But other than that, we have these riflemen queued up. We have some buildings being built, some happiness buildings. We want to have a lot of happiness. At this point, I think if we were to take over all of the Egyptian cities, we would not be in negative happiness. So it isn't too important to get the happiness buildings right now. Of course, we want to get these cities to grow, and the cities on the northern coast of Egypt are growing pretty fast because we did go ahead and purchase the buildings to help them along in their growth and stuff like that. Looking at purchasing stuff, I just end up going for the cathedral right now just because we can only build that for a limited time. We have a couple cities that can just build cathedrals in them because they were converted by other religions. So may as well, you know, doesn't hurt. Nicaea is already at 5 pop. Adrianople's at 2, and it'll start going up faster because we did build the farm. So yeah, like, comment, favorite, and subscribe if you guys want to see more. Have a good one. Bye.
Like, favorite, and subscribe if you guys want to see more. Always interested in your feedback down in the comment section. You guys have a good one. God bless.